What's up, guys? Finally back with another review after a long hiatus, and it's that Widow review I was telling you about. Widow related, at least. It's kind of Widow related, right? It's a statue. It's more specifically the Kotobukiya Marvel ArtFX Premier Black Widow statue, limited edition. I actually saw this on display at the Kotobukiya booth at San Diego Comic-Con last year, and I probably would have seen it again this year if, you know. Yeah. Anywho, at first I wasn't going to get the statue because the MSRP is actually pretty high, but I've been watching it and the price has been dropping, and then there was this like crazy sale during, you know, the Comic-Con time frame that it was supposed to be this year, and Kotobukiya had the sale, and I was like, oh my god, it was really good price, so I just went ahead and got one, and I have no regrets. She looks good, like really good, which I will show you in this review. But first, let's go back in time and put her back in the box so I can show you the full unboxing. Now, starting with the box, we'll go into a little bit more detail with this than normal, since this is a hardcore collector's item, meaning that no one's just going to casually be buying this. Alright, now first off, on the front you get this awesome Black Widow stenciling, or just like lettering, whatnot. It's a little cursive, kind of a feminine cursive, which is fitting since it's Black Widow. Then of course up here you have, it says 1/10 scale pre-painted model kit, if I can catch the light there. And then on the bottom you have this really gorgeous just decoration right there. It looks very Victorian and kind of old western that goes all the way around the side there, as you can see. Super shiny, I really dig that. And of course on the side there you just got more of that matte black, just like the rest of the box there. Same thing here. And then on the back you have some writing there if you want to take a look at that, catch the light real good. And then the top has Black Widow right there as well. And then here's the bottom with the UPC and all the Lego jumbo. And then there's the top, which I've already cut open. Now you might have already noticed, but I have a ding on the side right there, which is not supposed to be there, as you can see, which leads me to tell you that this box is a little bit flimsy for, you know, a limited edition statue, you know, a premiere edition. And let me show you here. When I popped this open, I actually had this little ding right here. I didn't do that. Whoever closed it just kind of, and it just went flat like that, which is annoying. And let me show you why the box is flimsy. It doesn't have very good support on the inside. You got matte black in there. We're going to pull her out here. All right, we'll set her aside for now. But if you look inside here, catch the light. It's matte black, but you see how soft this is? Not very sturdy. And then when you look at the plastic here, not very sturdy as well, and all open here. And then, you know, just have the front, so there's not a lot of support in this. So if you were planning to display the box in pristine condition, you may want to try to somehow find it in person. I don't even know where you'd go to find this in person, because if they ship it and they just, as you can see, this came directly from Kotobukiya, and it just, yeah, that's a bummer. But I don't plan to display the box, so it works out for me. Alright, now getting into the actual statue. As you can see, this is the vacuum form packaging, and one thing I want to point out is they actually have premium packaging, premium plastic they put here, and it's very clean. Let me, if you can hear the squeak. There we go. Because normally you'll have that little kind of mold slip and stuff, and they put way too much, especially McFarlane toys. Oh my god, they just load that stuff on, and then that stuff gets onto the figure, the statue, and it gets all greasy and slimy. But this is nice and clean and very high quality, so definitely it's great for storage, and it's just great in general. Anyways, as for the statue, as you can see, you have the head here, the legs, the body, the batons, the base, and the limited edition little thingamajiggy, whatever you call it, like certificate. We're going to take these pieces out here. We'll look at them individually. The plastic is high quality as well, as you can see, which is expected since the rest of it's high quality. And come on, batons. Okay, let's go and first take a look at this limited edition certificate slash badgy thingy. As you can see here, it's actually made of just cardboard, which is kind of a bummer. You can kind of see some of the little kind of indentation since it's just cardboard. But it's nicely printed, and it has that nice shininess to it, and you just slide it open. Whew, that's really shiny on camera. Ooh, zoom in right there. And as you can see, oh man, trying to get the light there. Well, you can see it's handwritten in. I got number 318 of 2000, which is pretty awesome. It's a pretty low number, although that 3 kind of seems like it could be a 2, so it's like, which either way it's a low number. And then it's so hard to catch. The camera just doesn't want it, but you can see there. Wait, let me try it. Okay, I think that kind of works. It's at an angle, but you can see the little widow stenciling right in there. Looks pretty awesome. And then I go this way and it just gets washed out by the light. But aside from that, it's pretty plain overall. Nothing on the back here, as you can see, just plain matte black cardboard. It does have a nice kind of premium feel to it, although it's still just cardboard. It's kind of like one of those little mirror things that open up, except it slides. But yep, that's your certificate of authenticity, I guess. All right, now let's go and take a closer look at the individual pieces before we put her together. And first we will start with the head. Okay, we're going to pull the bag off of her head so she doesn't suffocate anymore. And there she is, guys. And man, that face is a gorgeous sculpt, and just all around it's definitely premium, premier, what's it called again? Yeah, premier, premium, same difference. Anyways, take a closer look at the paint job on the face, because it's extremely impressive. First off, she got some nice blush on her, maybe a little bit too much blush, but if you look at the eyes there, if you can see really closely, how close can I get with the camera? You can see it's extremely fine and exquisite details, very fine eyelashes and everything. Eyebrows are nice and clear, and her lips are nice and crisp as well. And you can see they put a gloss coating on her lips, and they also put the gloss coating on her eyes, and only her eyes. It doesn't bleed off into the eyelashes or anything, which is extremely impressive. Definitely high end. And as for her hair, it's very nicely sculpted and highlighted as well, with some kind of, I guess, black washes you can say, or highlights, whichever one you want to call. Definitely not the same color tone all about, which is great. And this is actually pretty stiff, even though it's pretty thin. It has some stiffness to it. It's not too flimsy. Pretty prickly too, so you can definitely poke your eyes out if you land on that against your eyes. But anyways, it looks like it's made of this front piece right here, this back piece, and then a third piece right here, and that makes up her hair. And whew, really liking this head. But let's go and move into the body now. All right, we'll go and unwrap it first like a Christmas present, and whoop, there we go. All right, now this is where the premier premium portion starts to show. Just look at the texturing of her suit there. All the way around, the sculpting is just exquisite. The paint job, especially, look at the little straps right there. Got a little zipper right there that goes down. It's not painted like silver or anything, but oh well, it still looks good. And you got the back strap right there. I love that shiny gold there. A little bit of bleed on the edges there, but not too bad, especially considering that it's the back. And if it looks like it has kind of a tealish blue tone underneath, it's because it does. And I'll show you, it shows better on the legs. I'll show you. You can kind of see the blue tint right there. And then there's the arms. I love this kind of smooth shoulder pad right there. Definitely a nice contrast to the little texturing on her arms, and then of course her little widow stingers right there, looking gorgeous in that gold. Just, man, looks great. And it's actually pretty stiff too, as you can see, so it'll definitely hold its shape. All right, now let's go and move into the legs. We'll unwrap that, and right off the bat you can see that teal base plastic that they used, as you can see, which is why it has that. They just kind of put black on top of it, so it has this kind of teal blue that comes through, which really gives it extra definition. And here's a closer look at that teal blue connector point up here, and it almost looks like stone. It's like they actually sculpted it, which is pretty interesting. It's got a split right there, which is actually kind of expansion point, which allows it to kind of lock in when you put it up there. Then, as you can see, she's got some nice details all the way around her waist and the hips, and the little kind of little gold dots there. They're not the best. They actually add some wrinkles down there. That's kind of interesting. They're not all the best when it comes to the edges, but overall it looks pretty good and it's passable to me. And I love the texturing. They added it to the legs as well. And then there's multi-texture. As you can see, you got that, which is, I guess, leatherish, and then you have that, which would probably be textile-ish or something. There, you can really see the teal come through right there. And then her boots are super slick and smooth and well sculpted. Really like, just look at how just perfect it is. No blemishes or anything. I love that. And then you got the little wrinkles right here to add some more realism to it. Then you got her heels, and then the peg attachment point. Just one peg and then the hole there. Now these heels are actually pretty stiff. Surprisingly, I mean, they definitely will poke your skin through, so definitely don't poke yourself with that. But it's great because you don't have to worry about these breaking off in case you bump it, which wouldn't really be an issue once you put it on the base, which we should look at now. But wait, actually, you know what? Forgot to show you something. The legs are actually pretty stiff as well. As you can see, you pull them and they have a lot of they have just enough wiggle to kind of wiggle into the base, but they will hold their shape, so it's not some flimsy Marvel Legend-y blah blah. Alright, now going to the base here, they wrapped it really interesting. They just left the top open. I don't know why they did that, but okay. Go ahead and take that off. I guess it's easier to remove. Alright, and here is a closer look at the base removed from the plastic, and overall it's really detailed. Just look at all the rock detail that they put into there. And then this right here, I thought this was glass or something at first, but it's actually not. It's just like plastic, maybe resin or something like that. There's a weird kind of like disconnect point right there underneath there. I don't know if that's supposed to be there, but oh well, it's not that bad. But anyways, it looks really great. They put some shiny here, but it didn't quite go all the way. I'm not sure if that was supposed to be that way. Actually, kind of up there too. Oh well, either way, the rock sculpting is just off the charts. I mean, it's just so textured and just wow. And then you got the base here that says Black Widow, and it's got a little felt feel to it. Actually, kind of hollow too. I wonder if it's cardboard and felt. I would have liked it if they put like the numbering on the base or maybe on the top somewhere around here instead of that kind of flimsy badge card, I guess. But either way, I guess it keeps it cleaner for people who don't want that. But let's go and put it together now. Whoop, just kidding, forgot the batons. I gotta show you the batons. I mean, that's kind of an important part of the Widow. Get that out of the bag. Oh, why is this one always fighting me? Alright, and there they are out of the plastic wrapping, and they're both exactly the same, so we'll just take a closer look at one. Kind of looks like a fuse, you know, from a fuse box. But anyways, here's the handle right here. It's got some texturing to it. Nice and painted black there. There's the base. Got some nice kind of teal, I guess, electrical sort of resemblance, or that's what it's supposed to resemble. Then a little electrical prong at the top right there, and it's nice and stiff. Alright, now let's put her together. Alright, we'll start with attaching her torso to her legs there. We'll just go and plug that in, and oh, it slides in really nicely. I like that. Feels some friction, but not too much. Actually, wow, it goes flush really easy. So actually, is that flush? Oh wow, that's actually really flush. It slid in really nicely, but then it also feels like, oh, wait, yeah, there's some friction, comes off too. Alright, put that back on there. Alright, now we'll go and attach the head there. Only goes in one way. Slide that in, see if that's just as smooth and a little, actually more tension and friction, but it looks like, it looks so good already. Wow, so impressive. But anyways, actually it's very nice and flush. If you look right there, there's a tiny gap right there at the point of her neck, as you can see, but yeah, no matter what you do, it's still there. But the rest of her neck is nice and flush, as you can see. And I'm trying to fix that. Nope. Yeah, it's just too short. The material can't really fix that. But aside from that, everything looks great. The hair covers the back, so it doesn't matter. And there she is. The whole figure assembled, and, well, without the base of, ooh, actually, the head comes off really easy. Be careful about that. Don't pick her up by the head. And then there's that. Alright, now let's go and attach her to the base to finalize her, except for the batons there. So let's get a close-up actually. Alright, there we go. I kicked up the lights too so you can see how they go in. Let's go and line up that peg right there. Then you got the hole right there. That'll go right there. Let's see how well that slides in. She lines up really nicely. Then we'll just kind of push down on the front. Push down on the back. Try to keep it even pressure, otherwise you end up with an angle like snap. I hate that. Alright, go there. I'm not talking about experience. Anyways, you push that down. Wow, this back one's really got a lot of tension to it. Ooh. Push down on, when you push down on here to kind of push it in, you feel it kind of flex a bit, so be careful. I think this is kind of cardboard, so it's probably hollow. Let's see, we'll just make sure we got good hold on the front. Ooh, I hear some creaking. Okay, don't push too hard, you might go right through that plastic. Alright, I think that's good enough. Let me take a closer look. Okay, word of warning, don't push down too hard. As you can see, I pushed really hard in the front to get it flush. Let's see if you can see that there. The heel, yeah, you see the heel right there? See that little dot at the bottom? That was not there before, so the heel actually kind of punched a little hole in there. So yeah, don't push too hard on the front heel. The back heel's fine. You can push that down till it's flush. The The front, just give it a nice push there, and that's about as flush as you'll want to go. As you can see, the back foot's nice and flush, the heel just floats back there, and then the front one, you can see the peg in the front a little bit, but the heel is in the plastic. It's not even sitting on top of it. I just poked a hole through it, so, or indentation, a dimple. So yeah, that is the statue on the base. Now, as you can see, even without the batons, she already looks great. So the batons are kind of just a extra add-on if you want. She has kind of that walking up like I'm gonna whoop you, but in a sexy kind of way, I guess. I don't know what it is. Anyways, let's go and put these batons on to finish her off. Alright, we're going to put the baton into the right hand first, and that slides in really nice. It's actually got some looseness to it. It does pivot, but actually the little dimples on there give it some friction. As you can see, the little dimples you saw earlier. There we go. Those little dimples, divots right there, the little kind of long bar stuff, that actually acts as kind of like little holder spots so it doesn't just spin freely. So that's pretty nice. Alright, we'll go and put the baton in the other hand. I'm trying to support her so that she doesn't just slip apart on me. I think she's pretty solid, but the head came off pretty easily, so I don't want to be holding her torso and then all of a sudden the legs fall out from under her. Right, that goes in there. A little bit extra pressure to get past the finger joints there, the thumb, and that's it. There we go. You can kind of see the pops when it gets hold by that little bar divots. But anyways, there she is with the batons, and now she's going to whoop you and electrocute you at the same time. That sounds awful, but yeah, there she goes. All right, now that she's assembled, one thing I do want to point out is do not pick her up by her torso. Probably not her legs, definitely the base. And let me show you why. I mean, it has definitely the head. You know why the head. You saw how easy that came off. Look how flush that is right now, especially that point right there. And then if you pick her up by the torso, do a little wiggle every so little wiggle. It goes back in. As you can see, it has come up ever so slightly, and we can just push it back down, just like that. So it's not a tight joint. So definitely don't go picking her up by her torso if you're gonna dust or whatnot, because the bottom could fall out. If it hits something hard, it scratches, and there goes your premiere limited edition statue, which is just, ugh, that would be terrible. Or if you have, like, you know, guests over or whatnot, and definitely if they come over and they pick up your statue and they pick it up wrong, just could fall apart. So maybe if you're one of those unlucky people, just glue the joints together, but then that kind of ruins the collectability. But anyways, I know that's an issue because I had a friend like that. So irritating. Like, he came over, I went into the bathroom. When I came out, I had one of those IKEA glass shelves, you know, that everybody has. At the very top shelf, I had a figure, and she was sitting on a base. I saw him open it up, and then he was pulling the figure out already as I opened the bathroom door. And as I saw it, before I could even say anything, the base fell off, hit one of the shelves, bounced off the glass door, and then landed thankfully onto the carpet. And I was just like, dude, you do not. Okay, the unspoken rule of collectors is you do not walk into a collector's home and just open a cabinet and grab their stuff. And like, I just told him that nicely, and he was being a smart. And he was like, well, if you don't want people to touch it, you should have put a do not touch sign on it. I'm like, you want me to put a do not touch sign on my figures in my home? So yeah, really irritated at a point where we're not friends anymore, not because of that, because that was kind of precursor to his personality, but yeah, that's, yeah, And for some measurements, she stands approximately 8.5 inches tall. It's hard to get with the camera angle. Sometimes the camera angle adds like an inch. It's really weird. And width-wise, she is about 3.5 inches wide. And then for her longest length there, you just hover that above there, it's about 4.25 inches. And for some comparisons, here she is next to my other Kotobukiya statues. As you can see, the Bishojo statues are a tad bit larger. And here she is next to some Marvel Legendary Black Widows. And a Batmobile. Vroom, 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 vroom. That's the sound a Batmobile makes. Well guys, overall she is an awesome statue with exquisite sculpting, and I am definitely glad I got her. She will look great on my shelf and also fill that Black Widow hole in my life, because there's no movie coming out anytime soon. But anywho, as some of you guys know, if you've seen my community post and my Instagram, I've recently signed up for that Amazon affiliate thingy, so if you guys use the links that I put out every so often, that will go towards helping to support this channel, which would be cool, saying the links are useful to you guys. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. And with that said, I'll probably go ahead and drop some links down below for some of the stuff that I've shown in this review. Although the Widow statue herself, she is a PX or the comic store exclusive, so she won't be on Amazon or Target or Walmart or anything like that. But I'll probably just link her to maybe Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth or something like that. But anywho, it's really nice to make a review again. I forgot how fun it could be. In fact, the next review that I plan to make, if everything goes well, I think might be pretty fun. So we'll see how that turns out. Depends on how easy it is for me to acquire said reviewed item. And of course, as always, thanks for watching and thanks for sticking around while I was gone. I hope everybody's still staying safe out there, and until the next review, I'll catch you later. Peace.